My friend asked me if I were to tell someone why not to be a dental assistant, what would I say? When my friend asked me this question, I brought that to you on TikTok, and I ask all of you, why would you tell other people not to become a dental assistant? There were three big reasons that I saw and that I heard from so many of you, and thank you for interacting with the video. Thank you for your comments. A lot of the comments that I heard and that I read, they broke my heart. Your pay is not equal to the amount of impact that you have in the dental practice. It isn't. Not only is the pay not commensurate with what you do, but a lot of times the respect for who you are and your job title isn't there as well. Respect is important. Pay is important. But taking care of yourself is the most important thing. Are you tired of stressing over dental supplies? Have you been placed in charge of procurement, inventory, price shopping, or otherwise being that get me this man or woman? What if there was a fully automated software so you never have to order supplies again? Dental Supply Guy can automate the entire process for you. Never again will you have to worry about whether you ought to order based on the inventory or upcoming schedule. Dental Supply Guy will take this weight off your shoulders and allow you to do more of what drew you to dentistry and less of what draws you away from dentistry. Simply book into the calendar at dentalsupplyguy.com and talk to one of Dental Supply Guy's sales reps. If you book a demo before December 15th, you will get a $50 gift card just for seeing how it got started. Dental Supply Guy is helping dental assistants do less busy work and more dentistry, so visit them at dentalsupplyguy.com. You know, I've always had just one goal for Dental Assistant Nation, and that was to reach as many dental assistants around the world as I possibly could. So thank you for being a part of the community, and I want to make sure that you have hit the subscribe button so that you can not only help us spread the message and we can grow our reach, but also to make sure that you are getting the latest episodes delivered right to you the moment that we drop them. We are all about dental assistant education and empowerment here at Dental Assistant Nation, and we want to make sure that we are reaching as many dental assistants as possible. So thank you in advance, not only for being a part of this community, but for helping us spread the word. Hey everyone, it is Kevin Henry, founder of Dental Assistant Nation. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the Dental Assistant Nation podcast. I just want to take a moment and say thank you to all of you who come back every week to listen to what I have to say, to listen to what our panel of experts have to say, to listen to what our guests have to say. It means a lot. And so I want to encourage you, if you haven't yet subscribed to us on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed to us yet, wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you do. Make sure you give us those ratings and reviews because we need those to reach more dental assistants around the world. You know, this is not just the United States we're talking to. We have several subscribers from South Africa. I want to say hello to them, as well as across the ocean in England, Canada. There's so many dental assistants around the world that listen to Dental Assistant Nation every week, and I am so thankful for that. So make sure you're not only subscribed, but giving us those good reviews, those good ratings, telling your friends in the dental industry about it as well, because it means a lot. And I also want to say a big shout out and a big thank you to Dental Supply Guy, who is sponsoring today's podcast. Make sure you check out dentalsupplyguy.com. Their special offer for dental assistants. If you didn't see the ad at the start of the podcast, go back and watch, go back and listen to that because it's really important that you check out dentalsupplyguy.com for all your supply needs. These are companies, we're going to have a lot of sponsors in 2026. I'm just going to give you a heads up. A lot of companies are coming on to Dental Assistant Nation, and every one of them that I've talked to have said, dental assistants are important. How do we reach them? Yeah, we're doing that here. So when you hear of an advertiser on our show, make sure you're supporting them because I guarantee you they're here because they believe in you and they support you as well. So I recently asked a question on TikTok. And yeah, we have a TikTok page. Did you know that? Dental Assistant Nation on TikTok. Guess I need to remind you, make sure you're following us on all our socials as well. But I had a question asked to me and then I asked it to you. So many dental assistants, my heart, my passion is to keep dental assistants as dental assistants. Yes, I believe you'll make amazing hygienists. I believe you would make amazing dentists. I believe you'd make amazing front office personnel, office managers, whatever it is that you have in your heart. I believe you'll do great things. But I also believe that dental assistants, staying as dental assistants, is not only vital for our dental industry, but it's also important for your career growth as well, because you learn how to do things better. You learn all the duties that you can do in your assigned state, and it grows and it grows. And I think that that's really an important thing for dental assistants to realize is that this is a career. This isn't just a job. This isn't just a stepping stone, but it is a career. But I had a friend of mine ask me a question and I posed it to you on TikTok. And I said, my friend asked me if I were to tell someone why not to be a dental assistant, what would I say? Now, first, the question kind of threw me off a little bit because I've never considered that side of the coin. I don't often tell people you should never think about becoming a dental assistant because that's not even a thought in my head. I believe this is a great industry. I believe it's a great career. And I believe dental assistants change patients' lives. So why would I say, no, you don't want to be that? Well, when my friend asked me this question, I brought that to you on TikTok and I ask all of you, why would you tell other people not to become a dental assistant? And there were three big reasons that I saw and that I heard from so many of you. And thank you for interacting with the video. Thank you for your comments. The first one is not a surprise. It's pay. Right? We have never shied away from that here at Dental Assistant Nation because we know darn good and well that your pay is not equal to the amount of impact that you have in the dental practice. It isn't. I know for a fact you all do more during the day to impact the bottom line of the practice than most people in that practice realize. And I know so many of you have great relationships with your dentists, and I'm thankful for that. I know so many of you love where you work. I'm thankful for that. But at the end of the day, if you really sat down with them and you said, numbers wise, how do I make a difference in this practice? I think they'd be hard pressed sometimes to tell you that because in a lot of places, the dental assistant doesn't have his or her own column in the production schedule, right? So, how do you make a difference? And that's where the question is asked often. It's asked of me often. Tell me how a dental assistant makes money for my practice. And because that question can't always be answered, a lot of times that's why the pay isn't where it should be in dentistry. Now, here's the good news, okay? There is good news coming for dental assistants when it comes to pay. And why I say that is because I listened to an economist at the Dental Trade Alliance meeting recently that I attended, and he's told the crowd of dental industry executives that by the end of this decade, so by 2030, he expected the costs for dental team salaries to rise in the practice by 28%. 28%. Now, does that mean your salary is going to go up 28%? Maybe, maybe not. It may be kind of a stacked thing. It may be that, let's be honest here, the hygienist may get more of a bump. It may be a 28% overall, but 28% salary increase for dental praxis. So I believe good things are coming for assistants whenever it comes to your pay. I really do. But I also believe that now more than ever, we have to show the dentist why dental assistants should be paid more. Dentists around the country, the biggest thing that they're trying to do right now, and one of the top worries that they have, are keeping the team together. And a lot of times to keep the team together, you're going to need to pay the people what they deserve, as well as, some of you get benefits, some of you have 401k, some of you have a variety of things that sweeten the pot, shall we say, whenever it comes to salaries. But that salary number is where a lot of dental assistants feel the pain, especially when they know what's being made up at the front, when they know what's being made by the hygienist. So here's what I encourage you to do. And you've probably heard me say this before, but those of you who are new to the podcast, I want to just tell you, I'm always in your corner whenever it comes to this, but it has to be, you have to justify your pay now. We are at the point in our industry and in our economy that if you are going to get a bump in pay, it's going to come from somewhere else, okay? One of the things that dentists have told me and that I've heard a lot of industry people start to speculate about is that dentists and dental practices are going to start to pull back money from attending trade shows. They're going to start to pull back money from buying equipment, from doing other things, because they know they're going to have to pay their team members more. And let's be honest, in a lot of cases, dental insurance reimbursement is not going to go up. So that number has to come from somewhere, right? So when it comes to pay in the practice, yes, that money has to come from somewhere, but you still have to prove that you earn that salary, not just, I've been here for 3 years, I deserve a raise, or whatever that number is. So I encourage you, as we get toward the end of the year, we're recording this in early December. It's a great time for you to look back at this year and how you grew. It's a good time for you to look back at this year and where you made an impact on the dental practice, and list those things and take that to the dentist and say, can we talk sometime about how I impact the bottom line of the practice and how I want to do it more in 26? That not only proves that you've done your homework, but it also proves that you are looking ahead and that you want to be part of things moving forward. That's important for dentists to hear, and it's important for them to know that you're not just asking for a raise and then going to go somewhere else whenever they offer you $1 more per month. Now, $1 more per month. What am I saying? Let's do that over. How about that? $1 more per pay period or per day or whatever it might be. That's what we have to think about, though. We have to take ourselves out of it and put ourselves in the position of the business owner, which is often the dentist. How are you going to tell that dentist you're worth a salary bump? And again, as I said a few minutes ago, even the best dentists don't often know everything that the assistant does to impact the bottom line of the practice. So often you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to explain to them, here's why I make a difference and why I deserve more salary. Now, again, let's make very clear. There is a squeeze right now on profits. There's a squeeze right now on money in the practice in a lot of dental practices. So I don't want you to sit there and think that this is going to be an easy conversation. You may do your homework. You may do everything you need, and the dentist is still hesitant about it, okay? So I think you have to be prepared for that conversation if you start down this road, as well as, again, proving yourself worthy, proving yourself to be an asset, proving yourself to be that cream of the crop whenever it comes to dental assistants. And I know so many of you are. I've talked to you. I've heard your stories. I've heard your passion. I've seen it in your eyes. And I know your dentist sees it as well. But a lot of times we're going to have to explain things and then be prepared for what happens if the dentist says, I can't do it right now, or let's think about it. Let's kick the can down the road, whatever that might be. But pay is absolutely the number one reason so many dental assistants said they would tell other people not to get to the end of dental assisting. I get that. I think there's ways around that. But again, I'm happy to talk to you more about it if you want to discuss with this outside of the podcast. Let's connect on social media. Let's connect through Dental Assistant Nation. You can always reach out to me at kevin@kevinspeaksdental.com and we can talk about it. I'm happy to do that with you. I cannot wait to be a part of the Rocky Mountain Dental Convention in 2026. We're going to be talking about the real state of dental assisting in 2026 in Denver on January 22nd and January 23rd. So I want you to be a part of this because dental assistants, we're going to bring you together in the Mile High City at the Rocky Mountain Dental Convention, and we're going to be talking about the things that are going well in the profession as well as the things that we can improve. It's going to be a great time of learning. I want to see you at the Rocky Mountain Dental Convention in Denver, January 22nd and January 23rd for real talk about the state of dental assisting in 2026. Join me and let's be real with each other. The second thing that I heard, the three things why dental assistants would tell other dental assistants not to be a part of this profession, the respect. I get it. And it's something I have battled in the 20 plus years that I've worked with dental assistants all over the world. It is that not only is the pay not commiserate with what you do, but a lot of times the respect for who you are and your job title isn't there as well. We've talked so much about I'm just a dental assistant and demeaning value that there is in just. We've talked so often about the low man on the totem pole, all these different things that we hear about dental assistants. And again, If you're looking at a team from top to bottom, well, sure. Often the dental assistant is near the bottom because we think of production, we think of pay, we think of all these things that make the dental assistant be near the bottom of that. I'm not an up and down guy whenever it comes to how we should look at the team. I'm a flat level guy. Okay. I am much more horizontal on this than I am vertical. And here's why. Everybody pulls their own weight in the practice to make this practice work. And so you can't tell me that the bottom person on the totem pole or the bottom rung of the ladder or whatever we want to say isn't pulling the weight of the person at the top. I've seen you work. I know better than that, okay? We know better than that. So why don't we flatten this and we talk more about team than staff, and we talk more about each person's impact on the bottom line versus a hierarchy that exists in so many different places. But it does exist. And that's why so many of you said, I wouldn't want to be a dental assistant. I would tell others to stay away because of their lack of respect. People don't think that we do, they don't understand what we do even. And again, let's be very clear. All across the United States, okay? And again, thank you to all our international subscribers, but I'm going to go US here for just a minute, okay? In all 50 states, what a dental assistant can do is different. You go across state lines. I live in northern Colorado. If you go up to Wyoming, about an hour away from me, it's completely different than it is in the great state of Colorado, okay? So we have to understand that dental assistants, there are levels to what you all do depending on where you work, but we always have to make sure that what you're doing is the maximum allowed legally in your state. Ways to find that: Dental Assisting National Board's a great resource. Your state dental society is a great resource to ask those questions. But that's how we flatten the hierarchy. That's how we keep things flat instead of top to bottom. That's how we make sure we look at things as a team rather than staff, because what you do makes a difference. Never doubt that. Never deny that, and never let anybody else tell you differently, because I've seen it personally. I have seen the impact dental assistants make on patients, on the bottom line, on the success of the business. So I don't want to hear this about just a dental assistant or, yeah, it's the dentist, it's the hygienist, and everybody else. No, we're not playing that game. All right. So when it comes to respect, I know that that's something that a lot of you deal with and a lot of you face. And I encourage you for 2026, how can you flip that over? How can you go from vertical to horizontal and implement that team mentality? And again, a lot of times it goes back to what we talked about with the first point. It goes back to the simple point that a lot of people don't know what dental assistants do and the true impact that they make. And a lot of times you're going to be the one to have to explain that. Hey, the third one, okay? The third point that I've heard from so many of you is about pain. And it's not emotional pain, and it's not pain in the wallet. It's the pain that you feel every day whenever you go home. And honestly, a lot of the comments that I heard and that I read, they broke my heart, because I know so many of you are in pain. It's your back, it's your wrists, it's your, whatever it might be, your neck. So many of you have ergonomic issues and you go home in pain, and it shortens your career, and it also shortens the amount of time that you love to do what you do. That bothers me. That makes me sad that we're still in this point where dental professionals, and yes, dental assistants, you are a dental professional, but the dental professionals go home in pain every day. Look, I want to encourage you. If you are working in pain right now, put an end to it. And I'm not saying quit, okay? But I'm saying do the homework whenever it comes to ergonomics and sitting properly and stretching and doing all the things that you have to do, and you have to do yourself, to prolong your career. Now, we did an episode with Stephanie Botts, RDH. I love Stephanie. She is an ergonomic whiz, and she gave us some great points for dental assistants. And I want to encourage you, go back and listen to that podcast. We're going to have that in the show notes, so it's going to be really easy for you to find. But I also want you just to do some things, even on YouTube. If you go look up ergonomic for dentists, ergonomic for dental professionals, whatever that might be, and watch some videos. Look at stretching. Look at those breaks that you have to take, and just stand up, twist, do the things that you have to do to loosen up your body so you're not spending 8 or 9 hours a day hunched over or in one position in the operatory. That's important. And just like the homework I'm asking you to do with the pay, the things that I'm asking you to do about respect, it's going to be on you probably to really figure out how to make sure that you ergonomically are safe and that you're taking care of your body. I talk to dental assistants about this all the time because this is not a new thing. And so many dental assistants tell me, yeah, I do yoga, I do Pilates, I do an inordinate amount of stretching. So I want you to think about, what do you have to do to make sure that you're no longer in pain? And of all the things we've talked about, okay, respect is important, pay is important, but taking care of yourself is the most important thing. So I really want to emphasize to you, if you're in pain right now, physically, take the time to look up resources. I'm happy to help you at Dental Assistant Nation. Again, Kevin at kevinspeaksdental.com. If you want to reach out to me, I'm happy to put you in touch with ergonomic people that have some ideas or some resources or whatever it might be, because we can't lose dental assistants to pain. It just can't happen. We have to put a stop to that. The Chicago Midwinter Meeting. It's one of the biggest meetings in the dental industry every year, and this year is going to be extra special because I'm going to be talking to dental assistants at the meeting, and I can't wait to be a part of it. So dental assistants and dental team members, join me Friday, February 20th, as we talk about harnessing the powers of personalities in the dental practice. Why can't we all just get along? We're going to talk about that. And then Saturday, February 21st, it's going to be extra special because dental assistants, this one's just for you, as we talk about battling and beating the demons of dental assisting. So join me at the 2026 Chicago Midwinter Meeting. I can't wait to see you in the Windy City. So those are the big three. Those are the three things that dental assistants, you told me you would tell others why not to get into dental assisting: pay, respect, pain. Let's put an end to those three negatives in 2026. I'm not a big New Year's resolution guy. I'm a big plan guy. So how do we do that? Well, one of the things that we're going to do, and I'm excited about this, if you're going to be at the Rocky Mountain Dental Meeting in Denver in mid-January, I've got a series of dental assisting roundtables where we're going to be talking to each other about so much that's going on in dental assisting right now and learning from each other on what's worked well and what hasn't in dental practice, so that you leave there fulfilled and with some new ideas on how to make 2026 amazing. Chicago Midwinter, I'll be there as well. We're talking about the demons of dental assisting in Chicago. Join me if you're going to be in the Windy City. And hey, just a sneak peek, Texas Dental Association in May, the Ocean City, I'm going to be in Ocean City, Maryland for the Maryland State Dental Conference. I'm coming to the Charter Oak meeting in Connecticut. A lot of different ways that we're going to be connecting this year. I'm going to keep you up to date there through Dental Assistant Nation's socials. Make sure you're following us on Insta, TikTok, wherever you get your social. Hey, we're there with some good stuff for you as well. I want to leave with this thought, okay? Again, I will always encourage dental assistants to be the best that they can be and to stay in this industry. But I also want to encourage you, a lot of times it's going to take you to decide that career path and what's best for you. I'm always going to cheer you on, okay? But if you're leaving dental assisting because of pay or because of pain or because of a lack of respect, let's see if we can fix that before you leave, okay? Let's see if we can exhaust every resource before you say, I'm done. I'm leaving dentistry. I'm not going to be a dental assistant anymore. I don't want to lose you. Dentistry can't lose you. We need good dental assistants who love what they do, and that's you, but we can't lose you. So join me. Let's work together in 2026 to say, here are the steps that we need to increase pay. Here are the steps that we need to decrease pain. Here are the steps that we need to increase respect. If we do that, we're going to change dental assisting in 2026. And I will tell you, it's not a New Year's resolution, but it's absolutely a goal and a plan of mine to help make that happen. So join me in that quest. Join us at Dental Assistant Nation. And I want to thank you. Thank you for all you do every day. Thank you for the tireless work that you do behind the scenes that so often doesn't get a thank you or a fist bump or anything else. I appreciate you, and I know that you make a difference, and I hope that Dental Assistant Nation makes a difference for you. If it does, would you do me a favor? Just drop me a line. Drop me a comment wherever you're watching this video. If it's on YouTube, let me know below if this impacted for you. Let me know your thoughts, because I want to make sure that we're doing what we need to do here at Dental Assistant Nation to make sure that you know how much that you are appreciated and respected and, well, dare I say, a rock star. I know that gets thrown around, but I'm telling you, I've seen what you do, and my hat is off to you for everything you do. Until next time, it is Kevin Henry, founder of Dental Assistant Nation. I am signing off, and as I always do, I'm wishing you nothing but success ahead.